What's up, everybody? Terrace Troy Horton. I'm here with my great friend Donald Kirby, and we are going to be with you in a couple minutes. But for starters, we've got something really nice for you. We're going to start off with a little present. If you're from Kentucky, you'll appreciate this one. For starters, we got something really nice for you. We're going to start off with
my old Kentucky home. This summer, the people are gay. And the meadows in the blue, while the birds make music.
If you guys are in there, leave us a comment. Let us know you're in there. Be looking out for it. A little something special for you. It's Happy Chandler singing "My Old Kentucky Home." He was a former governor of Kentucky.
There he is, Winston Bennett.
Winston Bennett.
That Ed Davender?
Ed's number 15. I think was Ed Davender 10 or no, that was James Blackman. James Blackman was 10.
I think it's Ed Davender.
All right, two Kentucky friends talking good basketball. Rob Locke over here crying. There's a lot of people shedding tears on this one.
Good team, man. Good players.
He hits this note. Hey, man, that is good stuff. I don't care, man. I don't care who you are. That's good stuff. And welcome to the first episode ever of Kirb and Hort's Wednesday Night Sports. How you doing, Donald Kirby?
Doing great, my man. How are you?
This has been a long time in the making. If you guys coming in, let us know you're here by leaving a like or a comment or something like that, just to let us know that you're in here. And if you want to know, we're going to be having this available to stream later. Tonight, Kirb and Hort, we're two friends, and we've been friends for a long time, lifetime, and we decided to come and bring our love of sports, and especially the biggest rivalry in the history of all sports, University of Kentucky and University of Louisville, and we throw in, I hate the Cowboys. But I'm sorry.
Let's start off hating.
I'm starting hating, Kirb. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? I see Brian Coughlin in the house and Jason Jackson. What's going on? And Kirb and Horton, we plan to bring and use this platform to bring smiles and laughter while being a vessel to promote a personal relationship with God. We want our program to bring positive vibes to our community. That's it.
100%.
How you feel, Kirb, man? How you feeling, man?
I feel great. Like I was, when we first started talking about this, one of the things I told you was this is kind of like, out of my comfort zone, but the fact that we're talking about something that I love, I think it's, I think I was all for it. So I appreciate the opportunity and thinking about me. And, like Troy said before, we're lifelong friends. I consider Troy a brother.
Right.
So let's get going.
Yeah, man. Me and Kirby been friends for a long time. When I told my mom we were doing this podcast, I was like, Mom, me and Kirby are doing podcasts. And she always remembered, like, when you came over and we were wrestling at my house and broke my band. We were doing WWE. I think we were like sophomores or junior.
And
she's like, Donald, is that the one who broke the bet? Because I probably did it and I just blamed it. I was like, that's probably Kirby again.
That's a heck of a way to remember. That's for sure.
That's awesome, man.
Love it.
So, how do you feel after you guys have beat up on a couple of now I won't call the University of Kentucky's team no names, but how do you feel about the season so far? The floor is yours, Kirb.
You talking about Kentucky basketball?
Let's start off with Kentucky basketball. How you feel about the Kentucky basketball after you catching a couple games? How do you feel about them?
I think we look pretty tough. We've got shooters, which in the past, I guess, 4 or 5 years we did not have. So, with Sheetway underneath, Collins underneath, we got 2 great guards now with Reeves and also Fredericks to kind of keep the floor, spread out. I absolutely love what we got. We got a good freshman, Cason Wallace. He's going to be a very, very good guy. And then, of course, we got the floor general, which is Severe Wheeler. So I really like our team. I really like our team. I really do. What's up, Lil Cough?
Has Wheeler been out?
What's that now?
Has Wheeler's been out though, right? Wheeler's been out.
He has been out. He had a little bit of a knee injury, but it's nothing serious. So I think that he'll be ready to go Monday night when we play Michigan State.
Michigan State's going to be a pretty big game. I mean, have you heard anything about the injury reports, or if anybody's in the chat knows anything about the injury report of who's playing and who's not playing, who's sitting out? I mean, because as a Cardinal fan, we talk about this all the time. I watch every Kentucky basketball game. Kirby and I text message each other all the time. When Kentucky's playing or Louisville's playing, we're texting each other constantly, and we're talking basketball. We're not talking, we're not talking trash. We watch the game. We know who's good. We know who's not. I think Kentucky, whenever they get to going and they start to click, they'll be all right. But St. Mary's, who's the team? Who was the team that beat y'all in the first round of the tournament last? St. Peter's.
Come on, man.
It doesn't do any good to get all the way there and then get knocked out first round by St. Peter's. Or, I don't know.
The difference is we got shooters this year. Yes. So we don't actually have to. We're going to depend on Sheetway quite a bit underneath. But because we got shooters on both wings, that's going to open up a lot. Also, it's going to open up a lot as far as just like penetration for, the guards where they penetrate dish. So, I think we're a lot better team than last year. Mm-hmm. And also the fact that, we've got some, for a first time in a long time, we've got some upper class leadership. We got 2 seniors, you know what I'm saying? So it's been a long time since Kentucky could say they had a senior, you know what I mean?
And another thing that Kentucky's got that they haven't had in a long time is a hometown guy. A true. They had Dante Allen, which I love Dante Allen. I wish he would have went to Louisville. Dante Allen should have went to Louisville, in my opinion, day one. I think Mike McDonald said, but still the same bad X and O coach. Mike McDonald is a Duke fan. Hey, and Mike McDonald, I got to give a shout out to Mike McDonald. Kirb and Hort's Wednesday Night Sports is a spinoff, and there's a guy named Chris Heinreich who just passed away recently, but he founded this thing, and up in here it's called Wednesday Night Sports. So I got to give him his shout out. And Chris Heinreich, I talked to him a long time. I was like, man, we should do something. He's like, Horton, you and your friends do it because me and my friends won't do it. So shouts out to him, and anybody from Wednesday Night Sports ever want to come on here and be a contributor, you're more than welcome. We definitely 100%. Like the banner. Oh, yeah. Dante Allen was he was good, but I think he should have went to Louisville first. You guys got CJ Fredericks. CJ Fredericks is a hometown guy, Cub Calf guy. And Kentucky likes their hometown heroes, so to speak. The Darius Millers. Now CJ Fredericks has a chance to walk into a situation, like you said, go post up in the corner, have dribble penetration from Wheeler. Wheeler has either Sheetway to clean up the glass or a kick out. And CJ
plus you got Lance Ware, Clark crashing the boards, and you also got Toppin crashing the boards. So, I mean, like I said, I feel like that. I feel like the sky's the limit for this team. But sometimes it kind of makes you wonder if we got too much talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you got Chris Livingston there also, and he's supposed to be a lottery pick, so he's going to want his minutes and stuff like that. I just hope that they gel as a team to where they think about the team and not individual accolades. You know what I mean?
Brian said that he saw KOB a few years ago. CJ can play.
Oh, he's bad. Yeah, he can fill it. He can flat fill it up.
CJ
from the corner.
I've watched him play at Kirb Cats because he went to Kirb Cats up here. I've seen him play several times. They have always had great teams. How much more of the one and done systems? When are you guys going to be finished with that? Or how much can you more take as a Kentucky fan? Because we're going to talk about Louisville, and you can give me the same questions.
Well, I've heard, and I don't know how true this is, but I heard that they're supposed to start going back to where the draft's going to be at 18 years old. So if they do that, I mean, that's going to take away a lot of the one and dones anyways. But I think for me, I like to see Kentucky do what they did this year, and that's get a couple of good guys, but hit that transfer portal.
Yes.
Because I think the transfer portal is definitely where it's at, because that's where we got Antonio Reeves. And that dude, he can flat out shoot. He's actually won in our 2 scrimmages. I believe he got MVP in both games, and he's been the lead scorer like this whole year. So he can flat out shoot. So I love that.
I never understand why Patina or Coach Calipari never used the transfer portal more than what he used it, because I guess he didn't have enough seats to fill or enough touches for the ball, so to speak. If he has all these 5-star recruits that he's promising, all these things, I think this helps Kentucky's recruiting if he utilizes the transfer portal more. That way he can get some upperclassmen that want to move around a little bit. And sometimes it's just not a good fit. Like Dante Allen is not a good fit at Kentucky. He should have been able to go to wherever he wanted to, and I'm glad that they have that in place now.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with that. Some people, they go to Kentucky and they realize that they're not meant to be in Kentucky for whatever reason. So that's good for those athletes, because then they don't have to lose their confidence by sitting in Kentucky for 3 years or 2 years or whatever, and then waste all their time. They can actually just get into the transfer portal and go where they want to go or where they feel like they're going to be needed. So that's the thing that I love about the transfer portal as far as that goes.
Mike McDonald and Brian Kaufman both brought up a great point. NIL deals are going to keep some kids in college, and Brian said NIL deals will help kids from high school go into college. And in the recruiting with NIL, it's different. I'll tell you that. We don't spend enough time on those crappy cats. Oh man!
I told you we could do a whole show on them, bro.
That's what you said earlier. I said we're going to talk about he said we can do the whole show on that. Well, we definitely could. But it's time to share the love a little bit and share the screen with my cards, because I think it's time for us to go back to the way we used to be. That's also all I'm saying. I want to go back to the way it used to be when you got plays like this. You got L. Ellis running the court. Let me show you this play. L. Ellis running the court. And this is whenever I was like, okay, we got something here. J.J. Traynor cleaning up the glass. So my take on the Louisville basketball team this year is we got nothing to lose.
100%.
Got 0 to lose. And the game that we played against Chaminade, if it would have been Chris Mack coaching that game, we would have lost. When we were up 16 points, they went on a 16-0 run against us, and their heads started to get down. CJ Curry, his feet started to get a little heavy. Ellis started flipping the ball, turning the ball over a lot, and then you seen him. They call Kenny Payne the big man whisperer, right? He grabbed Curry by the neck and went over and whispered something in his ear, and he perked up. He started grabbing rebounds because do you remember the player Alex Sanders?
Oh yeah.
That's who Curry reminds me of, a little bit of the Alex Sanders type of ball player. And then you got JJ Trader pulling up the boards, the Hakeem Land. The Kamari Lands guy. I'm really big on him too. And our next 3 games tonight, we have Bellarmine, of course, and hopefully
it's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game because that's a team that those guys are known to be able to shoot the ball. So Louisville better be on their A game as far as their perimeter defense goes, because them guys, if not, they're gonna shoot them out of the bucket.
Center.
They're gonna shoot them out of it.
After Bellarmine, we have Wright State Saturday, and then we go into Appalachia State. So we've got a good chance to go into the Maui Classic when we play Arkansas 3-0. And if we can get through the Maui Classic, because we'll have like Arkansas's in there. Adam Dupin, you remember Adam? He said he agrees with you, Kirb. Coach Davenport is going to have those Bellarmine boys playing and ready to play. Yes, I believe so. I think they're going to be ready to play. I just hope they step up. This would be it's the biggest stage for these boys tonight that they're playing on, in the biggest game of their life. I just hope that they can pull it together. Kenny Payne, especially after getting all this stuff out from under us, I'm so happy to have a Kenny Payne in the staff that he has. I just wish that he could pull a DJ Wagner. I know that's not going to happen. I know Kentucky's got DJ Wagner in the bag.
100%. I think that honestly, I think that Louisville got the right guy when they hired Kenny Payne. I hate that we lost that dude, because I think that he was a phenomenal coach, especially for the big guys. And just like you said, like he did with his other players, just the confidence factor he gives those guys. Cal's, he's serious all the time. Kenny Payne, you see him on the bench, he's kind of smiling, he's giggling, stuff like that. And all that does is loosen those players up. Yeah. But I definitely think that Louisville's got the right guy with Kenny Payne, especially since he played there. And I think that, they're going to have to give him a couple years to get some guys in there. But I say within 2 or 3 years, Louisville will be competing at where they, it'll be where they're actually competing and not just, trying to survive. You know what I mean?
See, we got another comment coming in from Adam. Got to say UK's getting Wagner is 98% of the bag. His dad has Cal connections. His grandpa is a card legend. Staff on
the only reason I think that Kentucky's got him in the bag is because of the Neal deal that he signed with Nike.
Yeah.
So that was huge. So that's why I feel like he's going to come to Kentucky, which I think there's like one more player, because I think we got Bradshaw too. I think
didn't we just pull up earlier? Let me pull this back up and we'll see. I thought that we Reed committed, Reed Shepherd.
He signed. He'd already committed like a year or so ago. But there's one guy that we're trying to get. I think it is Wagner. But if we get him, we got like a super team. And Reed Shepherd, he's been actually recruiting all these guys, telling them to come to Kentucky, blah blah blah. So
all the guys that he met on this AAU circuit or something like that.
I guess. So I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that.
So this is on the front page of the book. Rob Dillingham.
Yeah, he's the number 1 point guard in the nation, I believe. Yeah, because I believe Wagner was I want to say he's the number 1 shooting guard, but I think that he is the number 1 point guard.
So Reed is probably out on the AAU turkey trying to get all those guys to come into Kentucky.
Yes,
and I like it. They got to keep the great hype going, because they got to keep somebody from Kentucky in there. If it's not CJ Fredericks, it might as well be Reed Shepherd. I heard that dude could jump out the gym. Reed Shepherd could jump out, because every time he comes to Northern Kentucky, it's like I can't get in. I don't know if they sell out or whatever, but I just can't get in. I'm like, the game's sold out. I'm like, what? When he comes to Northern Kentucky because they play Cuff Calf or something like that.
Well, bro, you know how his dad was, Jeff Shepherd. Shepherd dumped on everybody. So,
shoot a 3 in your face.
Exactly.
I can't wait till we start going into these old school teams and stuff like that when we have more chance. Brian Harper has comment. He says, it's hard to hate on Louisville when Kenny Payne is coach here, easier when it's Pitino or Mac. Think it changes the relationship. Still want to beat him and kind of changes how UK feels about Louisville, but haters going to hate anyway.
100%.
If I'm a hater, I'll be it, man. Y'all hate on y'all how many times before we move into the community spotlight, how much for the past 10 years you guys have been giving 9 years, you guys have not let up. It's been a constant like jab, uppercut. I mean, you guys get us on the rope, start beating us down. We think we're gonna let up, and then you come back in again. So I hope that we beat y'all all the time from now on.
But y'all owe COVID gratitude, because if last year, if it weren't for COVID, we would have beat the brakes off y'all, and you know it.
I'm glad when they said that. If I said one of them had COVID, I said I knew it. All of them got COVID.
Guarantee it.
That would have been because the hype leading up into that game too. Because we've got the last, and then Chris Mack threw rocks, woke up the bear, and then I'm glad he didn't play that game. I'm so glad. That would have been horrible.
We would have beat the brakes off y'all. Yes, we would have. But hey, we gonna be playing you this year, and it's at Rupp.
Not if we get COVID again.
Hey, this year be monkeypox.
It'll be something. We have to check it out. Brian said won't play us in football or basketball. We're gonna play y'all in basketball. Speaking of, and here on our programming at Kirb and Hort's Wednesday Night Sports, we are going to highlight people in our community because we're all about spreading love and positivity and love of just spreading love. This is the reason. Miss Reynolds is the reason why I'm a Louisville Cardinal fan today. She's 90 years old, and tonight she will be going to the game to watch Bellarmine play. So I've contacted, let's see, let me come out of here for a second. I've contacted some people like Joey Wagner and some other people who can probably help out. If somebody sees her at the game, could someone please put her on the big screen? Allison Rout, I've contacted her over at WLWT or WAKYT or whatever it is in Louisville. Could someone give Miss Reynolds a shout out? 90 years old, Louisville fan. She's throwing the L's up. Y'all can't hate on that.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
The who's the Catholic Church? They have their sister Ann or what we have, Miss Herela Reynolds. Reynolds' mom.
And my doppelganger.
Reynolds, that's right. You were winning. That is so true, man. That is so true. And
I don't see it, but everybody always said that.
So we've got some in our community spotlight, and the next community spotlight, we are going to highlight one of our other really good friends who we grew up with, Chuck and Tanya Lampkins, and they've got a son who's wrestling now. And I don't know if you know or not, Kirb and I both wrestled for Jim Davis. Jim Davis is the most awesomest person. And let's say Dave McCann has checked in, and Jay McCann said, Rev Reynolds is a beautiful woman. Dave McCann, love you, brother. Central Hardin, graduate football player. He's a Bruin for life, man.
27, baby.
We're talking about Tanya Lampkin's parrot, Chuck Parrott. If you remember Chuck Parrott, I can say, and we haven't got into this part of the program yet, but Chuck Parrott is a Pritchard Community Center legend. Would you agree or no?
I would agree. Yes, sir.
If anytime you say someone was a Pritchard community legend and I disagree, I'm going to disagree. Both of us, you and I, Kirb, have put in enough time at Pritchard Community Center, indoor and outside, and played enough hoop games to know who was the dominant players down there.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll say Chuck Parrott, Charlie Parrott was a legend.
Yes.
He can be considered a legend. So he's got athleticism oozing all through his DNA.
One of his sons actually won a state championship in 2012 in baseball, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I know this little dude does.
It was I want to say his son Trenton.
Okay.
They won a state championship in baseball in 2000. I want to say it was 2012, maybe in 2010. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that they did win it. I know they did win a state basketball championship or state baseball championship.
Speaking of, look at the lovely couple. Happy anniversary. They celebrated their 28th wedding anniversary on October 28th. Love you guys. Love both of you. A fun fact about Tanya and Chuck. My firstborn son, Trey, who's right behind me right here, they came to the hospital. I got pictures of Chuck and Tanya holding Trey in the hot. And people that watch our programming, this is how small and how great of a community Hardin County is. If anything else, if we can't highlight how awesome of a community Hardin County is to grow up in, regardless of when there's a world full of hate and racial tension and pretension, Hardin County, we don't see any of that. And I love it. Another check-in from
What's up, Chad Riggs?
Dear friend, Chad Riggs, what up? Oh, I was about to give him a big what up, and I said, no, Big Blue. Aren't you a hilltopper? Shouldn't you be a hilltopper or something? Brian Kaufman bringing up Woodford County takedown tournament. Woodford County, they used to always have a great foot basketball.
Didn't they?
They
were always tops.
We were blessed to have Jim Davis.
Oh yeah,
and Coach Kaufman. I mean,
100%.
So blessed to have coaches like that built into our lives. Jim Davis would not let up on us. He wouldn't let up. We can go back in there. I just want to give some shouts out to this little guy right here, Charlie Parrott's son. He got his first pen, so I want to watch that. Let's see, proud mom.
Got him.
I wonder if that's Booker down there remember Booker, Chris Booker that used to Brian's got the answer. Woodford County won baseball state champion in 2012 for baseball. Okay. Oh, Brian Harper, I love you, but I don't know. I'd lock Chuck, little 6 foot me. LO went to Pritchard kind of there.
Brian Kaufman, 2010.
Brian, I love you, but Chuck would eat your lunch. I love you, man, and we're gonna always be honest on this show. I'm not gonna spare no feelings.
Hey,
Chuck would eat you up.
We raw to the point here. That's what I love about this.
I love Brian, but if he starts saying something about Chuck not being able to beat him in basketball, but Brian Harper, if we start talking about skill sets. If Brian Harper played the piano and started singing, Chuck wouldn't be able to play the piano and sing with Brian Harper because that's what Brian Harper is good at. That's his skill set. Chuck can hoop, man. You can't mess with Chuck too. And his son can.
Brian was a good guy. Brian was a good player though. He had some good handles.
He did.
Yeah, Harper. Yeah, Brian Harper. He had some good handles, and he had a good little set shot. So yeah, he was. I mean, I think Brown's pretty good, especially if he 5, like he said, if he 5'6". I think he held his own.
I remember. Yeah, he was a real scrappy hustler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who have never experienced wrestling is a heck of a sport. If you've never experienced what it feels like to be a wrestler, we condition the most.
Except heavyweight.
Yeah. You didn't have to do this. We had to do like 5. Coach Davis had us doing 500 sit-ups every practice.
Dude, you remember the
push-ups.
I remember we were going to Wayne County one year at West Hardin. And I remember Mike was like in one of those suits trying to cut weight. And I'm back there at 6 o'clock in the morning eating Doritos. Everybody getting mad at me because I'm eating Doritos and y'all trying to cut weight. Love it.
That's enough man, we hadn't been able to eat forever. Brian said heavyweights just eating and
yes, sir.
Chris Dean.
Yep, I
Chris
remember Big
Dean.
Chris.
Chris Dean. Big old
I
Chris Dean.
remember Big Chris.
Did you had to Chris Dean wrestled you, right? You had to beat him in wrestle-offs, didn't you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, he my senior year I didn't wrestle, so
Okay.
I didn't get to wrestle against Chris.
Okay.
I didn't get to wrestle against Chris.
I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember at all.
Mm-hmm.
Our next is, and this is a perfect way to go into this next segue of our community spotlight, because we got to give shouts out to our good friends Jay and Betsy. Can't say enough about these patriarchs of the community. I'll say Betsy affects so many kids in a positive way with being a school teacher at Central Hardin. I've got kids that come up from E-Town who I've met after having her and said she's just the absolute greatest. And the kids that they produce. J Mac is a Pritchard basketball. He's a legend. I gotta say he's a legend. Dave McCann said I wrestled my senior year. It was a wonderful experience. Coach Davis is a beautiful man. I could not agree more. Coach Davis is absolute best.
So, and he just recently bought a car from me.
And as you see, growing across the ticker, because we're doing this, but we got to plug ourselves. If you're looking for a newer used car, visit Donald Kirby at Kia Sports or Kia Store, Elizabethtown, and the phone number is listed below. So this looks like the Central Hardin Bruins are making it to the next round. Do you know who they play?
They play, I want to say it's Davies County.
Davies County. Good luck to the Central Hardin Bruins.
Yes, sir.
Hope that's at Kirby and I's alma mater. That's where we went to high school. We were the original Bruins. I don't know if you know this about Donald Kirby, but he was most athletic.
That's crazy. I still don't believe that, just because it was crazy, but I did appreciate it. But there was other guys that probably deserved it more, because I only played my senior year. I played one sport. You know what I mean? So there was people that played like multiple sports or whatever. But it was cool to get the award just based on your peers, because your peers voted for you. So that's how I got it. And we talked about this before too. I actually absolutely loved playing at Central. Just because of the fact it was something new. The only thing that I didn't like was I hated that I didn't get to play on that field, because I think the next year they played on the field, so I didn't get to play on the field. And then I wish that the group of guys that I played with, I wish we could have been there like one more year. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But having said that, I wouldn't trade anything, for my experience I had at West Hardin. We didn't win a lot. We got beat a lot, but it was fun.
I just wish they would have, like you said, we needed another year.
Yes.
I wish that they would have waited an extra year before they moved us over to Central Hardin, because I love West Hardin. And
we would have beat. Hey, if they'd have done that, we'd have beat East Hardin.
We would have beat our senior year. We would have beat the brakes off of them. We would have see. This is Chad might disagree. Chad Riggs might disagree, but I'm talking about. I don't know, because our baseball team was pretty good too. But
I got you, David. Hold on.
You go ahead.
I did. I actually played football for like a year at Campbellsville. Honestly, David, if I'm being honest, which I try to be all the time, I just lost my drive. Honestly, I went there. I played well there, but I always thought that I was gonna go somewhere bigger. And when I went to Campbellsville, there was a lot of things that happened as far as like, I guess back home, as far as like, helping my mom out and little homesick. So that's the reason why I didn't really go far in college football. I wish I would have. I wish I'd have been stronger back then to where I would have stayed, but I wasn't, and I just, I gave up too easily, and that's something that I always regretted, because I always felt like that um, that my goal was to get in the NFL. I didn't know if I could do it or not, but that was my goal, was to get in the NFL. And, people always talk about you have to go to these D1 schools to get noticed, and that's not the truth. We had a guy that his name was Steve Tao. He was our field goal kicker, and actually the Buffalo Bills were actually scouting him to be a field goal kicker. And that's the year I went down there. We went undefeated. We were like the number one team in the nation until I think we played. I think we were undefeated. We played Georgetown. Georgetown had a semi-pro team that year. They beat the brakes off of us. I think it was like 50-0 they beat us by. It was crazy. We were like 1-2 in the nation.
Jesse Herbst, he was on that team.
Yes.
Yeah, with the Georgetown team.
Yeah. Jesse Herbst was on Campbellsville
team. Yeah.
Yes.
He's a head coach up here at Dayton.
Oh, wow. Small world.
And
Chris Wolf played for us, and he's the head coach of Mail.
And Galicio.
No, Chris Wolf.
Oh, Chris Wolf. Okay. I didn't know.
He played with me down at Campbellsville. And I think Brent Thompson did too. I think he was down there.
I love Brent Thompson.
Maybe.
Good story about him. Chad Rick said we had to vote for most athletic during football season. That's why he got robbed.
Bro, I agree.
Chad was fast. Chad was probably Chad could run. Chad was one of the fastest guys on all the squads.
Oh yeah.
Still would have beat East though. We would have drug them. I know in wrestling we would have. In soccer we would have.
I think in basketball we got them too, because back then I was kind of quick. I'd have put some defense on Chad.
Hey, we got to highlight Chad's son next time because he's shooting. I love seeing Chad shot. I would like watching. Hey, Chad, keep posting those videos of your son, man, because it's inspirational. It's very inspirational to see that.
Matter of fact, I'm playing Chad. I hit Chad up for a fundraiser he's doing with his son, where I think it's $1 a shot, and he's shooting like 100 free throws. So Chad told me he's gonna get in my pockets. Hey, but we should do that. A good cause, man.
Well, next week, that for the community spotlight, we'll highlight that one, and then maybe we can drum up some more business, or if we have however many likes that we get for Chad's son, or we can match it. Our show can match it. Some kind of.
I'm still gonna hit you with 100, Chad. That's good, man. 92 out of 100. Dang, that's impressive, brother.
We gotta send him to Louisville. We get all that Kentucky stuff. He needs to come to Louisville. We need the free throw shooting like that.
Chad or Troy, you see what he says? Y'all didn't want East. Come on.
I saw that. I try to. It's one-sided tonight. Somebody from East come on to the show one time and defend you guys. Anytime we're working out the kinks so far, but soon we're gonna have an open format. For once somebody wants to come on and hang out with us, we can do that. Kirby played in one of the Tanks Fitness game. They tossed the ball to Donald, and we were like, what are they going to do now? Touchdown. I can't wait until Jeff Gregory comes on, and then we can talk about how Jeff and Kirby go back to, his neck. And that was scary.
Big time.
When we talk about some scary times in high school, that was probably one of the most that I can think of that I still feel that emotion, at that football game whenever we seen one of our peers being taken out because of a game that we love to watch play, and you guys playing. How did you feel when that? I mean, we can talk about it there.
Of course, at the time, it's like, you're into the game, you are kind of like amped up and pumped up. And, on the sideline, the only person I can remember it was Greg Cole, man. He was sitting there mouthing on the sideline to me. I was mouthing back to him. Of course, we're good. We're all good friends now.
Yeah.
Of course, we're in the heat of the battle. And the thing that I take away from that is, I feel like that God puts people in your life for a reason. And I think that sometimes it's not, it's kind of like an unorthodox way in a sense. Because, honestly, if that wouldn't have happened, I don't know if me and Jeff Gregory had ever been friends. But because that happened, it made us friends. We're friends to this day, and when he went out for mayor a few years back, I went and not campaigned, but I went and with him when he registered and said, I'm gonna run for mayor, and we talked about everything, and it's just been a really, really good experience with him, honestly. He could have been one of those guys that that said some awful things or may try to make me feel like crap. But from the jump, Jeff was just like, it's not your fault. It's football, blah, blah, blah. Even to his mom, Linda Davis.
Oh,
she was the same way,
Awesome family.
I went to their house and I saw Jeff, and, all they did was they were more concerned about me than they were, his neck. And I mean, he was, from what I hear, I mean, it could have been a lot worse than what it was. So to me, that just speaks volume of Jeff. And again, I give glory to God because of that. Just because the fact of not the situation, but just what happened because of the situation. Because I've got a lifelong friend with Jeff. You know what I mean?
I think it was like you said, that was God working, because even today when we talk about this, I mean, I still get emotional because I can remember how we were all like in solidarity. You guys were in the heat of the battle, but As soon as Jeff went down, it was like us as a community came together, like all praying and like coming together as a community. Like, we don't want to lose one of our own.
Sure.
Yeah, I knew Jeff. I've known Jeff and Jace since we've been playing baseball, because I knew, and we're going to talk about. We got so much we can talk about over the course of these months. But growing up in E-Town, we had the E-Town Baseball League, and in Radcliffe, you had the North Hardin Football League.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So
y'all didn't want none. I promise you. I know that y'all gonna say different, but
I'm not gonna say anything. I won't say anything about Central Hart or the West Hardin, like those boys, like the Mike Kaufmans and those guys at West Hardin. But I don't think Radcliffe, where you had was ready for Damon, Tommy Furman, Jason Bradley, Adrian Starks. I don't know. But y'all did have Gary Valentine, Byron Spencer. Y'all did have some dogs.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, we had some players. I remember, I think it was my last year playing there. Ironically, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I played for the Eagles, and we went undefeated my last year there. And I remember, you remember Adrian Hill, Artie Hill?
Yeah, Artie Hill.
So I remember their dad, man. I remember because Tom Arflin was my coach, and he's actually the one that actually started me being a running back. And it was funny because Mr. Hill made me bring my birth certificate. Because he didn't believe that I was my age, bro. I was just like, come on, Mr. Hill.
Okay, Kirb. Okay, to Mr. Hill, how old were you?
I'd say, what? Maybe 10, 11, something like that, maybe.
Okay, I got a 10-year-old, 11-year-old son that plays football, too. If I saw that you were going to be running back against him, I'd want to see some birth. I want my son ending up like Jeff.
That was some fun times, though. It really was.
Dave McCann said there's some bad ballers from Hart. Yeah. And I cannot wait till we can when we get into pro, because we got a long time. This is just the beginning, folks. If anybody, if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing right now, because I'm seeing that we're doing really good algorithmically and really good numbers wise, Cowboys. Yeah, exactly, Brian.
Yes, sir, baby.
Leave us a comment. Keep the algorithm going. Give us ideas. We're open to any ideas. Anybody wants to be a guest to come on here, you're open to be a guest. The thing that we want to stress the most is this is our canvas to let God use us and be a difference in our community. Hardin County, Northern Kentucky, anybody that this broadcast or podcast touch, We wanted to know that we're a blank canvas and we're letting God use us and our years long of friendship to bring people together and to show solidarity in a community where we grew up in. Hardin County is something like no other.
Yeah, agree.
It's a place, and it's because of the military base and how all that happened, and we'll get into that later too. But we had some athletes, and we've still got some athletes.
I agree.
Chad Riggs says, "Hey, we love you, Chad. We want you to
Yes,
come
sir.
on, man, for real, man. We want you to come on here." What else do we got here? Because I forgot. Yeah, here we go, Kirb. We got a little football situation going on with Jay. Go Knights.
Yes, sir.
We were just giving Jay all kinds. I was just giving Jay and Betsy all kinds of crap, saying about how great they are and how much I love my brother. Hey, Jay, I don't know if you're just tuning in, but you are a Pritchard Community Center playground legend. We're going to do our starting fives one day, or who we pick up on starting fives. But you're a legend. J Mac Hobbs is a legend.
Yes, sir.
We still got football to go though, man. We got to worry about some football, and Kentucky is on decline. And I think in Louisville, this is just my opinion, Malik is turning into it. And I don't like Malik, but I think we're going to beat you. I'm just going to put it out there like that. We're going to beat you.
You said that we're on the decline?
You guys got beat by Tennessee. Then you got beat by
number one team in the nation, bro. Number one team in the nation on the road. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on, Troy. Are you kidding me right now? Now, South Carolina, we shouldn't have lost to.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, we played bad. But, I mean, Ole Miss deserved a W, but we played bad. The only team that we should have lost to as of now is Tennessee. Because, in my opinion, Tennessee was just a better team than us. They had better players, better athletes. They were just better. There's nothing we could have done to beat them. You know what I'm saying? Especially that night. You know what I'm saying? Because they got Georgia the next week. So, and then, of course, Georgia spanked them, thank God, because that way we wanted to hear Rocky Top. But anyway, man. But no, I like our team this year. We have had some injuries here lately, but we got Vanderbilt Saturday. I think we got Georgia, then we got Louisville, or vice versa. So
Vanderbilt L, Georgia L, Louisville L.
Stop. You
Vanderbilt,
do know that.
maybe Georgia dog walk.
What? Georgia, yeah, Georgia. I mean, we'll lose to Georgia. There's no doubt about that. They'll beat us. But I mean, have you looked at the last 2-3 years that Kentucky and Louisville's played?
I have, but it's a different year this year. We got a nice senior class. We're just starting to gel right now. We beat a top 10 ranked Wake Forest, then went in and spanked, and then last week spanked, and then this week we're going to go in and Clemson. I don't think
the ball stops here. Y'all gonna get skull drugged by Clemson. They're gonna beat the brakes off y'all. We're gonna beat the brakes off of Illinois, or not Illinois, but Vanderbilt. And then I think we play y'all. After Georgia.
Yeah, we're the last game of the season.
Yeah,
and
it's at Commonwealth.
So, I mean, y'all going to pay the referees off or something to stop Malik?
Huh? Y'all had Malik last year.
And I'm not a fan. I'm just talking trash. I'm just trying to keep.
I know.
Malik is not. I'm not.
We're gonna bet on. We already bet on the game, aren't we?
Football, yeah, we can have a running bet. I don't care.
Football and basketball, bro.
What's his name said? Jay said
exactly.
And then my dude Reggie Coop said L's
yes,
down.
Yes, sir.
Man, what is wrong with y'all?
Yes, sir. Love it.
Brian Kaufman, Brian said Satterfield, and Brian. I like that. Brian says, hey, go ahead and parlay that one, Brian. If you believe
that ain't gonna happen.
I think Louisville's got at least one more, and that's Kentucky. I think that Louisville's going to be able to beat Kentucky this year.
You
really
are absolutely out your mind. with Rodriguez back, bro. No, y'all ain't got a chance.
Oh,
No,
I forgot he is back. That is true. Malik is, and Malik, in my opinion, every time he starts sniffing on Lamar's records, he loses focus of I'm playing team football. He goes into I'm playing football for Malik. But so I'm hoping that the Malik calms down, starts hitting Marshawn Ford, because Marshawn Ford, every time they hit him down the like little dump off passes, he gets 7-8 yards, touchdown. I mean, I've been watching Louisville play all year. I really think that they're going to be.
I think the biggest thing that Kentucky's got to do is we got to not let him run the ball. If we can get it to where, he try to beat us with his arm, I think we've got a better shot than if we are letting him run, which I'm hoping they're going to have a spy on him.
Yeah, I mean,
when he runs, we just light him up.
He'll run to the sideline, though. He does. He does a good job of getting out of bounds. I'll give him that. He doesn't get back too much.
But, the thing that's been messing with me with Kentucky football lately is they're not – we got a lot of playmakers, and I don't know if it's because of the fact that we can't protect Levis, but we're not using them. You got Dane Key, you got the number – I can't remember his name, Tavion Robinson, and then we got number 9, whatever his I forgot his name. Those dudes have been absent the last 2 or 3 games.
Is number 9 the boy from Tate's Creek, the guy from Lexington, the hometown guy from Lexington?
No, that's Dane Key.
Key, yeah.
But number 9 is the one. He's the punt returner.
Okay.
But I can't think of his name right off the bat. But I mean, that dude is bad. So Louisville has improved a lot. I think they're going to be confident going into that game. I thought that it was going to be like a blowout game, but I think it's going to be the best game that we've played with each other within like the last few years. I hope DeAndre Square, I know he's been banged up. I hope he's back because he's like our general on defense, number 5. So if he's back, we're supposed to get some other guys back. Could be a long evening for the Cards, bro.
We'll see. Chad said Barryon Brown.
There you go.
Barryon Brown. See, this is an effort. This is a team effort. It's time for Brom to come back in that Petrino's. Yeah, I agree with that one more time. I agree with that, Brian. Get him out of here. Number 2 is Barryon down. Dane is.
Hey, y'all play Davies County this weekend, right?
Let's go Bruins. Let's go Bruins. Hopefully, like the day, wouldn't that be awesome? I know it's not going to happen, but if it does happen, Central Hardin Bruins versus Ballard Bruins for the state championship, 6A. That'd be awesome. We had
to maintain Horton, boy.
Yeah, good luck.
My boy's got speed.
Once he gets past that corner, it's over.
Yes,
I haven't seen it. In the last touchdown that he ran, when he's running and he's hitting the end zone, he's doing it like he's running through the track. If you watch that video, when he's running, when he gets to the touchdown, he's doing. So I have never, and it's my son, I ain't never seen anybody that focused on a goal. Just and I would sit back and watch him and his brother do his thing. I'm like, go. I'm like, damn. What's that, Chad? Davies County. Warren East is 12.
Wow. So who do y'all play next, Chad? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Chad, he does have Rockets. It's 40. Davis County lost number 1 back in the North.
Oh wow.
What?
Oh wow.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go Bruins, baby.
Go Bruins. Go Bruins. And thanks for Brent Thompson and the North Hardin Trojans for his part of getting him to be lost out for the game.
Wow. That's awful, man.
Brent, I don't know if did I tell you the story about Brent when I saw him at Cam's game when they played each other?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll tell the story to Jay. I went before the game was senior night, so I go over and I talk to Brent Thompson, the head coach for North, and I'm like, hey, Brent, how you doing? He's like, you got a son that plays for Ballard? I'm like, I look at him. I'm like,
oh.
I'm like, you don't watch film, Brent? Like, you don't watch film? And then I was like, all right. And first play, ran it back on him.
Dislocated ankle. Oh my!
Brian Harper said in the band got to give shouts out to the Central Hardin Brewing band life. Gotta love it.
Cheerleaders also. It's all goes in together. It's all one pot. Madisonville, North Hopkins.
North Hopkins got game theory. Cool, man. Well, we're getting close to our hour, and then I got to go because the Cards are about to go beat up on some Davenport. And
Bellarmine, baby.
Bellarmine. But it's been great.
Yes,
talking to you. This has been awesome experience. I can't wait to do it again next week and the weeks after that. I guess the only times we won't be on is if Louisville and Kentucky are playing at. Well, I mean, we could still go on. I mean, it depends on how the game.
Louisville and Kentucky are playing,
or like if Louisville's playing on a Wednesday night or Kentucky's playing on a Wednesday night. But I can.
No, we won't play on Wednesday. We'll play on Tuesday. SEC plays Tuesday.
Yeah, I think you're like
maybe. SEC plays Tuesday.
Dave said, "Y'all, hey, Dave,
a lot, brother.
Yeah, come jump on the show with us, man. We got because we are all friends. We're all brothers. I know we got a lot to talk. We got because we'll probably. I like the format tonight where we talk a little bit about basketball, do the community spotlight. Then we could open it up for people, or if people don't want to and just want to fill up the chat, that's where it's at.
Yes, sir.
That's where it's at.
I love it. But I love to get some people on here like Damon and Garen Martin, people like that. Jay. Keep having him on here.
Yeah, get Jay's, but because I know Jay's gonna.
I love it.
Ready to get? Yeah, he said he's ready to get. Good. I know it's all gonna work out. We're gonna do this every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Before we go, Kirb, football picks. What you got for football this weekend? Bengals got a bye, so we don't got anybody. So
we play Green Bay. So and it's at Green Bay.
Easy.
It's never easy with them, man, but they're beat up pretty bad. I mean, and they don't have – we should win the game. I'll just leave it at that. The Cowboys should win. And marching on to dethrone them Eagles in Week 16 because they talking about undefeated and
the Eagles
get out of here.
I don't know, but Micah Parsons dismantled the Bengals single-handedly. I've never seen anybody do that. But the way the Eagles came back at him and just ran everything at him, duels and triples right at him, and he didn't know which way to go.
It's gonna be at our house the next time.
And your house.
There's a difference there, my man.
I've never seen it.
When you play at Jerry's house, there's a difference.
Well, anytime the Bengals ever go
into Jerry's house, right, Kaufman.
I love OBJ with the star helmet. Love what you guys are doing. Take care, Titans, and bust the Bengals in Dallas after Christmas.
Chad, we got to disagree, brother.
Go Cats, go Knights. Hooday, hey Jay, hooday all day long.
I love it. Yes, sir. OBJ.
Once again, my name is Terrence Troy Horton. I'm with my lifelong friend Donald Kirby. We're going to be back with you next week. Got to throw the L's up. I know Kirby's going to throw them down, but we're doing this out of a place of love and the great show. And we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Go Cats.